In the 21st century, overpopulation has become an unsolvable problem, so humanity makes a plan to emigrate to Mars. However, since the red planet isn't suitable for human life yet, first they need to terraform it, so they start by sending moss and other simple life forms like cockroaches. Years later in 2597, criminals Komachi and Nanao are desperately running through the streets of Tokyo because the police are after them. They try to make a few twists and turns, but unfortunately the cops soon surround them. At that moment, a flying car lands in front of them carrying Dr. Honda, who is watching his own presentation on how they need to exterminate the roaches before they can live on Mars. His assistant points out that Komachi and Nanao are being chased for suspicion of second-degree murder, so they're the perfect candidates for their project. Honda approaches the couple and takes them to his lab to make an offer. If they go to Mars to clean up all the cockroaches, they'll be paid well and their crimes will be forgotten. The catch is that they'll have to go through a risky surgery first. Komachi at first refuses because he doesn't trust Honda, but Nanao immediately signs up, so Komachi accepts to join to be with her. 2 years later, Nanao and Komachi are flying to Mars with a whole crew in a spaceship called Bugs 2. Jin is eager to work out and asks Komachi for a spar. The match ends in a tie, but Jin says he went easy on an amateur, then he tries to hit on Nanao. She turns him down, saying Komachi freed her, but Ichiro laughs at the idea of this counting as freedom. While Lee is eating bugs, Tezuka creepily approaches an asleep Maria and startles her awake by sucking her hand, so Maria runs to her friend Osuko for support. As the women walk by, Toramaru and Yoshikane stare at their bodies, so Asuka calls them out on it. Then Nanao notices something about the crew. Toramaru and Yoshikane are Yakuza, Asuka is a dirty cop, Tezuka is a serial killer, Maria is an illegal immigrant, Osuko puts teenagers to do naughty work, Ichiro is a hacker, and Lee is a terrorist. Considering how she and Komachi were selected, she wonders if Honda only hires criminals. However, Jin says he's just a kickboxer and most likely they were chosen because they're all in desperate need of money. At that moment, Captain Dojima and Lieutenant Mina send everyone to their positions because they're about to arrive. The landing goes smoothly and when they look out they notice Mars isn't red anymore, it looks like Earth thanks to the terraforming process. Mina launches a device with a powerful chemical that will kill the roaches and Dojima splits the group to explore the area and check the eradication process is working. When Asuka is paired up with Yoshikane, she tells Dojima she refuses to work with a Yakuza and asks to team up with Ichiro instead. Yoshikane is insulted, but Dojima accepts the change to avoid conflict. After the crew leaves, Dojima sends out a drone that finds Bugs 1, a probe sent by Japan in secret 10 years ago. The captain contacts Honda to show him the probe and tells him things are going well so far, so Honda gets excited because if the mission is a success then he'll have the technology to control the world. Meanwhile, the different teams are already exploring, and Jin thinks it's strange they haven't found a single dead roach yet. He and Maria keep moving, but when they walk around some rocks, they receive the shocks of their lives. There are 3 strange creatures carrying clubs standing nearby. The duo immediately hides, feeling confused because they weren't told anything about possible Martians. Not far from there, Komachi and Nanao also find one of these creatures.